Yes, thank you.
Okay, hi everyone. Now we're going to have a lecture by Samani Chaitanya Pragya about mindfulness and the first step towards searching the truth. And I guess I won't share the rules screen again, so we can just get started. But just as a reminder, keep your mics muted. And if you have any questions, please send them in the chat so that me or Rishi can deliver them to Samani Chaitanya Pragya at the end of the lecture, and you can get your questions answered. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Samani ji, just 1 minute. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah. So I have a privilege to introduce Samani Chaitanya Pragya ji to all of you. Vandami Namam Sami Samani ji. Samani ji, Chaitanya Pragya ji, she is a visiting professor at Florida International University, Miami. And she was a former head of the Department of Jainology and Comparative Religion and Philosophy at Jain Vishwa Bharati Institute, Lucknow, India. She is also founding director of Bhagwan Mahavir International Research Center at JVB Institute, Lucknow. She is a senior disciple of Acharya Sri Mahasramanji, the 11th Acharya of Jain Svetamba Tirapanthi, and born in Jhabua, Madhya Pradesh. She was initiated by His Honorable Acharya Mahapragya ji in the benign presence of Acharya Tulsi ji in 1986 at Rajanagar, Rajasthan. She specializes in Jainism, comparative religion, comparative philosophy, meditation and spirituality, non-violence, science of living, Sanskrit and Prakrit language. We are really very, very fortunate to have her here. Undami Samani ji.
Thanks for the introduction. Today we are going to discuss mindfulness, and it is a very well received technique of meditation and well known as the technique of Buddhist meditation. But today we will discuss about mindfulness in the context of Prajna meditation and in the light of Jain scriptures. First of all, I'm making clear that why this technique is required. The first reason that how one can be attentive to and aware of one's own actions, emotions, and self. So mostly we are living a life, but we are not knowing that what we are doing and how we are living actually, and what is the purpose of our life. So without being aware of all these things, we are doing many more things mechanically. So that's why we have to be very much conscious and clear why we need this mindful meditation. How one can overcome the problem of fickleness of mind. This is a very big problem before the mankind. Those people who are in old age, they have also this complaint that their mind is not stable, it is very fickle, many thoughts come in a day and night, they cannot sleep properly. So this problem is not only with young people or adults, it is also the problem of the old age people. How one can be in less stress and more productive. So this is a very big concern of the youths and those who are working in any field, that they have so many stress, working stress, job stress. So how they can be in less stress and more productive? If we are under stress, we cannot be more productive. So mindful meditation can help us to be more productive and in less stress. Third is how one can reduce suffering, ill will, fear, anxiety, restlessness, and other such psychological problems. So this is also a big concern of today, because people think that they have so many negative thoughts in their mind. They have fear of death, pandemic, or many other things. They have so many anxieties. Their mind is not in rest. So these psychological problems can be dissolved easily if we could accept and practice mindful meditation. So in spite of being involved in various activities, we can be free from these psychological problems. How one can be successful in his endeavors? We are making so many efforts, but we are not getting success what we are looking for. So this success can be achieved if our mind is alert, conscious, awake, or aware of what we are doing. The last and the uppermost goal of this meditational practice is ultimately how one can be in meditation all the times and can remain free from karmic bondage even in the moments of performing any act. So this is very big concern of the religious people, especially because all the religious people cannot sit all the times in meditation without doing anything. They are also engaged in so many activities. Right now we are organizing the 25th, Silver Jubilee camp. And from morning to night, Samani has and the organizers have set a big schedule for everybody to be engaged in one session or another. So similarly, all human beings, when they start waking in the morning, they think that today what I have to do from morning to night. So they set their program for daily routine and they become engaged in all those activities. But we all the times we want to be free from all the karmic packages even. And also we want that how we can meditate 24 hours if we want to meditate, how it is possible. So mindful meditation is a very simple technique that help you to be in meditation for 24 hours. Now we would see that mindfulness is discussed in meditational various techniques of Prajna meditation, and it is recognized as the prerequisite of Prajna meditation, one of the prerequisites, essential condition. If you want to enter into meditation and want to go into deeper meditation and want to achieve, experience something higher or spiritual enlightening things, then first of all you have to learn how to be mindful. Without mindfulness you cannot enter into meditation or into deeper meditation, or you cannot realize any kind of truth. So since the main theme of this particular camp is Appana Sacha Message, search truth thyself. And what can be the best process? What can be the first step to search the truth, thyself? And this is the mindful meditation. Anybody can do it. You need not to sit at one place for a longer time with closed eyes for this particular meditation. So mindful meditation is recognized or known as Bhavakriya in Prajna meditation. If you have read Prajna meditation theory and practice book or the mirror of the self, you will find this chapter especially in Prajna meditation. Mindfulness is to be in the present moment because life is only in the present. The moments of the past have gone. We cannot return them back. Similarly, the future will come after some time or after the present. So that is not present in this moment. So it is only the present which makes our life productive, dynamic, meaningful, and not the memory of the past or the imagination of the future. It is to be diligently aware of the activities of body, sensations, feelings, ideas, thoughts, karma, and self. So we have to be aware of, but which things we have to be aware of. So here it is said that we have to be aware of our own body, how it is working, where is the problem in the body, how I can keep it more healthy and more energetic. Sensations, whatever is going on in the body. We will do some practice of meditation in the end of the talk. Then you will see that what kind of sensations are taking place inside the body. We are not aware of those sensations in day-to-day life. We are engaged in so many things and we don't know what is going on inside the body. Feelings, we have so many emotions, so many feelings. So we feel that we have all these emotions, but when the emotions emerge in us, we are not aware of them, and that's why they are popping up in spite of not thinking of them, and they are coming into our life again and again and making our life troubling. So how we can be aware of these feelings also, which are not good for us? Ideas, thoughts, karma. Karma is the very important topic of Jain philosophy, spirituality. So karmas are very subtle realities. They cannot be easily detected by any other instrument or physical senses. They can be realized, they can be seen only through extrasensory knowledge, or when your mind goes into deeper level, then only you can see the reaction, or what we say, the rising and the effect of the rising karma, or which karma are coming into play. You can easily see them. And self is the most concerned topic of religious practices on meditation. So who are we? So so we have to be aware of all these things. It is a round the clock practice of meditation. It is pause with moment. The last thing which we have to understand, that 24 hours we can be in this meditation. You may do a study, you may do a job, you may do other things which are essential, even though you can be in meditation. If you are mindful of all your actions, which you are performing from morning to night. And it is a kind of pause in between the moments. We are engaged from morning to night without taking any rest. And that's why we feel tiredness, weakness, and sometimes we become tensed or stressful. Why? Because we are not taking rest. We are not giving rest to our mind for a minute. But if we become mindful, then you will find that your mind is also all the time relaxed, whether you are engaged in some activities or not, but it is in a relaxed state. And that's why you don't find any kind of tiredness in you, even you are performing many more activities in every day. So this meditation is, in the sense, a kind of rest in action. As I have said, that mindful meditation is well known as the Buddhist technique of meditation, and whenever you will go to any Buddhist center of meditation, they will teach you the mindful meditation. They will give practices of these mindful meditation. But what is difference between the mindful meditation of Buddhism and Jainism? So here, to be diligently aware of the activities of body, sensations, feelings, ideas, and thoughts is mindful meditation in Buddhist perspective. But in Jainism, we are not just concerned with all these things, but we are more concerned about our karmic bondage and also our spiritual growth. So and that's why we also focus on our eternal self, which is missing in Buddhist ideas, Buddhist philosophy. Okay, so the secret of success. Now we would see that Acharya Mahapragya has discussed mindful meditation in a very general sense, and he has made it more, more practical, applicable in every field. And he said that if somebody wants to get success in any field, whether he is doing some study, whether he is doing some job in particular industry or company or anywhere, if he want to get success in his career, he must be mindful. So the secret of success is mindfulness, and the cause of failure is unmindfulness. So he has defined this concept of success and failure. It is the union of action and consciousness which leads to success. Contrary to it, disunion of action and consciousness leads to delusion and to complete absence of effort, independence, receptivity, and failure. So he's saying that until and unless our mind and our body both work together, we cannot be successful in our any endeavors. So they should be always united. If they are not united, you may do many more things, but you will not get satisfactory results of those actions. And sometimes you get confused, deluded, and find that your effort is meaningless or futile in the and has no right result. You are not independent in that sense that if your mind is being controlled by some other thoughts and ideas and things, then you are not able to take any decision independently in that sense, in the sense that you are not taking decision wisely. Just your mind is fickle, and whatever is coming to your mind, you are making decisions on the basis of those. Receptivity. If your mind is not concentrated, you cannot learn from the situations. You can react easily, but you cannot learn anything which is positive, even in the adverse situations. And ultimately, it may take you to failure in your action. So mindful meditation is required to get success in any field. Success accompanies vitality. So why Acharya Mahapragya Ji is telling that success is precedes mindfulness? So the main reason is that when you become conscious, when you become alert, when you become awake, when you become aware of the action, then your action becomes vital. It becomes live or living or having some life force in it. Without vitality, there can be no success. It is consciousness which makes an action vital. The mummies of Egyptian kings and the uninstalled idol have no meaning. So we know those people who go to Jain temples or any temple, they know that any idol, if it is not installed in the temple, it is not worshipped, because it is just a stone piece or just an image, but has no vitality. So unless it is installed with pious mantras by any priest or any knowledgeable person, then only it is accepted by the other people, common people, for as the image of the Lord Bhagavan, and then they start worshipping it. So until and unless there is some vital force inside anything, it cannot attract other people. And it cannot be live in that sense. The action is known like a dead action. So now we have to understand that unmindfulness and what is mindfulness and what is unmindfulness, how Acharya Mahapragya has defined it in his book, The Mirror of the Self. In the Jain scriptures, especially, because whatever he has written in Praksha meditation, whatever spiritual base he has given for each technique of meditation, he focused on Jain scriptures. The concept of Jain scriptures, he tried to practice all those in his meditation. And later on, he has developed all those scriptural ideas as very different meditational techniques through Praksha meditation. So he said that in our Jain scriptures, there are two words which are very prominent, very significant, and discussed again and again in different contexts. So the first word is dravya, and the second word is bhava. Might be you all have heard these two words. Whenever you read any scriptures, you will find these words pop up in different contexts. So dravya means to do something unconsciously, absent-mindedly, or mechanically, is unmindfulness. Okay, so these the word dravya has various meanings in different contexts. Here, in the context of meditation, you have to understand that the word dravya stands for unconscious act. When consciousness and action move in different directions, we have this kind of unmindfulness. So this unmindfulness shows that we are doing many more things. Sometimes we do pratikraman, sometimes we do puja, sometimes we do many other religious activities or even meditation, but our mind is not absent and present there in the action. It is wandering here and there. So we are performing so many acts in a day, but our mind is not there, then it becomes a unmindful action, and it doesn't bring the results which we are looking for, all these different various religious or spiritual practices. The next is bhava. To do something with full consciousness, concentration or consciousness is mindfulness. So whatever you do, whether you are doing a study, whether you are cooking food, whether you are doing some other jobs, if you are completely concentrated that what you are doing or conscious, then it becomes mindful meditation. So it is very simple. Mindful meditation is not the meditation in which you have to sit somewhere for half an hour with closed eyes and make a special effort. No. Whatever you are doing, if you are doing with full concentration, then it becomes mindful meditation. The action itself becomes mindful meditation. Generally, action is action. But when you become conscious of the action, then it becomes meditation. Whether you are chanting mantras, whether you are taking bath, whether you are taking food, whether you are doing some other jobs, if you are doing anything or everything with full concentration or with full consciousness, you are putting your soul into that act completely, then it becomes mindful meditation. Okay? When consciousness and action are indivisibly merged, with each other and move in one direction or integrated with each other, we have mindful meditation. So I think the definition is very clear, very lucid, very simple, very direct, that what is mindful meditation and what is unmindfulness. Okay. Now we have to see the opposite state of our mind, and that is the fickleness. Sometimes we try to understand the concept, but it doesn't come into our mind directly. But through opposite aspect, we can easily understand that what mindfulness is. So here we have to see that fickleness is the opposite to mindfulness. To control the fickleness, mindful meditation is required. And Maharishi Patanjali, if you have heard the name of Maharishi Patanjali, he was a Hindu yogi, and he has written the text Yoga Sutra, which is very well known, well received, widely read to know the Hindu practice of meditation and theories of meditation. Okay, so his book is Yoga Sutra. If you want to read, you can read it. So Maharishi Patanjali has given a very significant dictum in which he says, fickleness is accompanied by 4 things: suffering, ill will, trembling, and shallow respiration, trembling of mind. And what is the effect of all this? The greater the restlessness, the greater the feeling of pain. We might have some physical ache or pain, but if our mind is concentrated, then you will find that the pain is not so much as we generally feel it. Pain automatically reduces or decreases or vanishes when our mind becomes stable, focused. And in Prajna meditation, whenever we give some meditational practices to some people, and especially in the case of some physical ache, we say that if you have any problem, any pain in any part of your body, just try to see that part. Just concentrate on that part for a few minutes. And you will find that the energy, healing energy, which is inside the body, that will flow towards the part on which your mind is concentrated. And in few minutes, this energy can release your pain. And we have found that so many people have got this kind of results. They have practiced and they have found. So when our mind is concentrated, our mind is focused on even pain, if the pain is going on inside the body, but if you are concentrating on the pain, automatically pain will release. You need not to take any medicine or any pill or any painkiller for releasing your physical pain. Second is the greater the fickleness, the greater the ill will, degree of dissatisfaction. If our mind is fickle, we may do many more things with full honesty, right effort, even though we may not be very much satisfied. But if we are doing anything with a full concentration and consciousness, then you will find that whatever you are doing, you feel satisfaction, great satisfaction in you that you have done your good job. Next is the greater the stillness, the greater the inner peace. If your mind is still, it is stable, concentrated, focused on your action, then you will find that your mind is always in peace. Our mind becomes unrest when our mind has so many thoughts at a time popping up, negative, positive, many in number. It is said that in 1 minute, we have almost 35 thoughts. So this much thoughts, if come and go, automatically our brain becomes stressful or strainful. So if our mind is concentrated, then very less thoughts will come to it, which are very essential, which are very useful, meaningful in that particular moment. And they will not create any kind of a stress or strain or tension in the mind. The last is the greater the restlessness, the faster the movement of breath. So shallow breathing or respiration is caused by the fickleness of our mind. If our mind is concentrated, you will find that very less breaths come. It is said scientifically that in 1 minute, we take almost 15 to 17 breaths. We will also practice this meditation, and we will see that how concentration of mind can reduce the rate of breaths, and you can feel more energy in you and more peace. Now we will see that there are three, Acharya Mahapragya has suggested 3 dimensions of mindful meditation. Anybody can practice any one. Though all the 3 are very easy to practice in day-to-day life. The first one is to keep awake forever. If you want to be awake all the times, then mindful meditation is essential or mandatory. Second is to live in the present. If you want to live in the present, then mindfulness meditation can help you to be in the present more and more. Acharya Bhagwan Mahavir in his text Acharan says that who is wise? Who is the wise? He said that who is in the present is the wise. So if you want to be a wise person in true sense, it is necessary that we have to be more and more in the present. If we think of something which is already passed away, has no meaning. If those things which are going to come in remote future, we need not to be worried. In the pandemic time, people are thinking that what will be after pandemic, post-pandemic time. So they are unnecessary thinking of all those things. Let the time come, and then we have to think of it, that in this present situation, what can be the best for us. Unnecessary, those things which are not clear today. If we are thinking, just we are wasting our time and making our mind more stressful rather than peaceful. So to live in the present is necessary to be happy, to be wise, and to be more resultful. Next is to act consciously. Whatever we are doing, we have to be very conscious that what we are doing. Whether we are fighting with others, then also we have to be clear that I am fighting with others. And for this reason, I am fighting. If you are conscious, then you will fight with others, even though you will be conscious and will be able to see that your fighting is right or wrong. It is necessary or unnecessary. Your mind would be alert to discriminate in that moment what is right and what is wrong. But if you are not conscious, you are just involved in the emotions or being driven by the emotions, you would not be able to see that your act is right or wrong. And you will try to justify your wrong action even as a right in that state. So now we have to see that how we can be more and more wakeful. So one important maxim of life is wakefulness. It is the great secret of success in life. And a little negligence and the problem gets complicated. Why we need this wakefulness? If we become negligent or we ignore small things, it may become very big thing for us, very harmful. And that in that moment, we cannot be able to return back. We might have to be suffered by all those things. As we are perceiving in the case of COVID-19, if it has been taken seriously in the very beginning, it would have not spread throughout the world as it is today. taking lives of thousands of people in immature age. So it is necessary that we have to be awake before the time and not after the time. Okay, so that can correct your problem, or can prevent the problem, rather than after coming such kind of situations. If we try to find out the solution, then we may be very late and we couldn't get the right result of our efforts. Living in the present. This is the second dimension, which we have already I have indicated, but in detail we can understand that the practice of living in the present is essential for success in any field. A man hardly knows how to live in the present. This is a very big problem. Mostly people think of the past or future. They don't know that they are not in the present. So the man who learns to live in the present does not get involved unnecessarily with the past and the future. He becomes steer clear of inessential memory and imagination. Happiness, peace, and joy all are in the present only. So that's why we have to be clear that why we have to be present in the present moment. And the next slide is action with consciousness. This is the third dimension. It is the state of mind in which one does everything with full concentration or awareness. For example, when one is eating, one must know that he is eating. He's swallowing the first bite. Okay, it is going through food canal to stomach. So the whole process must be in your awareness, in your mind, or in your consciousness. Taking food then becomes a meditation yoga. So if you are eating, that action, eating can also be a meditation. Acharya Prajna used to say that it is a bhojan yoga, kind of. If you are taking food and if you are mindful, you are not reacting. If there is a lack of salt in your vegetables or in a chapati, you will not react in that moment because you are just watching what is there. If you are going into any reaction, then you are not mindful. You are not conscious. You have lost your consciousness in that moment. Consciousness means just you have to see that what is there. If I'm eating something with more salt, it is true. If I'm eating something without salt, that is true. So just we have to be aware of what I am eating without making any reaction. Acharya of Ayurveda, whose name was Charak, has also said, while taking food, put your whole mind into it. Your mind should be present in the time of eating. But what happens generally, I am working in a university, and I know that here there is tradition in academic field that if you want to talk anything with other scholars, then it is only the good time when you are taking food with them. Is it clear? So it means you are taking food, but you are not enjoying food. You are talking. You are enjoying your talk actually. So you are not aware of your food. You are just in the talks are in your mind, what you want to discuss with others. So that is not the way of doing something with full consciousness. Your mind, your whole soul must be into your action, and there should not be any kind of diversion. So if you are eating, you should eat keeping silence. Then you can easily enjoy what you are eating, and you will find very good taste on those things when your mind becomes more mindful or conscious or alert or present in the time of eating. So there were certain practical experiments were done time to time with us also, that if you are eating something, please eat with full mindfulness. I came in the US before at Florida International University in 2010 to 13 also. And I went in a meditation camp of mindfulness. There was one foreign scholar who was giving that particular workshop on mindfulness. She has given 4 kismis, what we say here. So 4 pieces of kismis. And she told us that you have to take one piece with full mindfulness. And we have started taking 1 piece. When we started chewing, we were very much conscious that we are chewing from left to right or right to left. And then we are swallowing it. It is going to stomach, through food canal. Like this, when we were completely watchful, conscious, then we have found that after taking 1, we were feeling that we have taken half of the food. And then we have started taking second piece. After taking second piece, we couldn't take the 3rd piece even. It is quite unimaginable. But if your mind is alert, you don't need much more food. But when we are talking and eating at the same time, we couldn't come to know how much we have eaten. And we eat more than what is needed to our body in that state. So it happens in marriage parties or any clubs. You will find yourself then when you are talking to your friends and eating at the same time, you are eating so much, which is not really required. Okay, which is not your need actually. So it happens when the conscious mind is kept alive with the functioning of the voluntary nervous system, the body functions automatically properly with efficiency. So if your mind is alert, you will find that the digestion process, every process would be properly in your body. Otherwise, it will also be disturbed if your mind is somewhere else. Okay. So mindful action is only the vital action. The action with which consciousness is allied is vital action, whereas an action which is not allied with consciousness grows effect. So this is quite clear. Now we would see some meditational practices. Just we have to see how can 1 hour can be how can 1 hour meditation with full concentration influence the remaining 23 hours. So if you are aware of just for 1 hour, then also you will find that your mind is completely focused, concentrated even in next 23 hours when you are not so much attentive, so much conscious, even though the 1 hour meditation can affect your mind a lot. So meditation is of 2 kinds. One is time bound, the other one is free, unbound or eternal. To sit in meditation for half an hour or for an hour is a special exercise. To be in meditation all the times is mindfulness. It is perpetual meditation. In this meditation, fickleness will never become a problem. And there is a pause to every moment. Each exercise should be followed by relaxation, work, and rest go together. So we would see that if we are doing anything, we need some relaxation, and that also will help your mind to keeping your mind concentrated. And it is a kind of work at the same time rest to your mind. And concentration is necessary for ending restlessness. Studies have shown that mindful results in less stress and reduces symptoms of fear, anxiety, and restlessness. So in this way, we have found that mindful meditation is a very successful meditational practice, and it is very practical. Anybody can do. in any situation, whether he's sleeping, whether he's doing, or whether he's awaking or eating or drinking or doing any other job. So now we have 10 minutes. If somebody has any questions, I would like to take the question first, and then we will see if we have some time. Then I will give meditation of mindful meditation for 2 to 3 minutes and not more than that. Then you can practice it at your home. Anybody has any question? Rishi? Okay. Anybody has any question, or should I give meditation?
No. So if you have any questions right now, you can either turn on your mic and ask Samani, or you can post your question in the chat and I can ask for you. So if you have any questions, please post them in the chat, or you can turn on your mic and ask them right now. Okay, doesn't look like anyone has any questions right now.
Okay. So it is good. Nobody has questions. Should I give meditation for 2-3 minutes? All are ready? Okay. So okay. So everybody has to sit with a straight big bone and neck. Just to be become mindful of sensations which are taking place inside the body. Generally, nobody knows that it is happening inside the body. So when we guide meditation for relaxation especially, and say to them that close the eyes, concentrate your mind on the big toe of your right leg, and starting from there, you have to see each and every part of your body and try to feel the sensations which are taking place in each and every part of your body. Then nobody comes to know easily that what kind of sensations are taking place inside the body. So just I give a very simple technique to know that what kind of sensations are there. So could you please put the finger, this is the index finger, in your eyes, into your ears. Keep both the fingers into the ear and try to see what is happening inside the ear. And you have to share your experience. Close your eyes. Try to see what is happening inside the ears. Now take out the fingers and please share what is happening in the ears. Rishi can start, or anybody can start sharing their experience. What was happening?
For me, I closed my eyes and I put my fingers in my ear and started concentrating, and I started seeing white color in my forehead. That was my experience. If anyone else wants to share theirs, you can turn on your mic right now.
Okay. So, okay. Anybody else wants to say? Anybody else? Okay, thank you. I could feel the ear quietness. Okay, anything? Anybody can share through chat or can come up on a screen. Mehul, bhai, would you like to share your experience? It is muted.
समनी जी, वंदना समनी जी.
Yeah.
अभी तो मैं नहीं कर रहा था. I was busy managing this thing, but पहले मैंने किया हुआ है और it's been a really excellent experience. मौन रख के एक बार समनी जी ने 40 मिनट के लिए मौन रख के सिर्फ श्वास को देखना है, ऐसा एक एक्टिविटी करवाया था. And I thought, like, this is a useless activity, but then 10 minutes into it, I started feeling like I have never felt that in the life before. I mean, it was like unbelievable experience. So I highly recommend everyone to do that. It's just watch your breath and close your eyes, and you will start feeling like, all the things like what you are experiencing in your life, the deep down. That, अभी हम लोग कर्सरी ऐसे ही जी रहे हैं सरफेस लेवल पर, लेकिन जब when you go deep inside, you will find the true meaning of what you are actually doing and is it what is true for you. ये मेरा experience है.
It is good when you become aware of your breathing, your eating, or any other actions. Automatically you will get inner awakening. It also leads to inner awakening. So consciousness is a so powerful thing. Okay. The next, just for 1 minute, we have to do 1 or 2 minutes. Just to concentrate on your breathing, and you have to count just normal breathing, which you are taking in day-to-day life without paying attention to it. Whatever is normal breathing going on, just you have to watch how many breaths you are taking in a minute. So we are just taking 1 minute for watching the breaths and for counting the breaths. Everybody has to share the counting of the breathing they are taking in a minute. Just you have to count and not to be very much focused. Okay, so please open the eyes and let me know how many breaths you have taken in a minute. In a minute.
Yeah, I counted about 12.
12.
I took 18.
18. Okay. Someone has taken 18. Someone has taken 11.
I had about 16.
Okay, 16. Good. And okay, yeah, good. 13, 10, 12, 8, 11, 18. Okay. Anybody wants to share? if they have counted.
I request all of you, if you can turn your video on, I can take a photo of the session.
Yes.
That would be great.
Okay. Yeah. It should be full screen.
Yes. Yes. Could you please turn your video on just for a minute so that we can take a photo of the session? Still see Purva, Vijay, Chavi gone now, Arushi, Divya Doshi, Sagar, Vidit.
Okay. So only some have shared their counting, but might be all have done it. Just you can see for 1 minute, this is the normal breathing which you are taking without focusing on it or without becoming conscious or awake of all this. But now you have to be very focused. You need not to make it lengthy or short or any other thing. Just you have to be very much focused that you are taking breath through nose. It is going through trachea to lungs to alveoli, then mixing with blood and going into each cell of the body. Okay, so this process you have to see just when you are taking breath, then you have to see that how the breath is through breath oxygen is going into each cell of your body. And when you are exhaling, you have to see that how the carbon dioxide is coming out of your body. Each and every cell is being replaced by the oxygen and the carbon dioxide is coming out. So just you have to be aware of the breathing process. Okay. Just take 1 minute and see how many breaths are there in a minute. Just for 1 minute. Close your eyes, be focused completely on the breathing. See the whole process of exhalation and inhalation. Now open the eyes. Those who have shared these counting before, they have to share again how much breaths they have taken this time with focused mind. Wow, great. Great, great. Thank you very much. Have you seen the result of mindfulness? How automatically the breathing rates gets reduced. Your breathing becomes long. So when your mind becomes focused, conscious, automatically your body system will work in a very proper and efficient way. And it can be more energetic, more healthy, without any tension, stress. Okay. So just I was showing you that how consciousness creates wonder or makes changes or transformation or radical change in our bodily systems, processes. Is it clear? So thank you for paying attention to the lecture and doing all the practicals. I think you have now got what consciousness or what mindfulness. And we will be always very much conscious of your each and every action which you are doing from morning to night. Thank you very much. And I'm thankful for the organizers and those who are setting this screen. So thanks to all the youths and the